Hey guys, how's it going? Today I will be playing the eighth note groove packet for you, so you'll be able to hear each example. I'm going to play each example 4 times. Again, this is eighth note groove, snare drum, and bass drum variation packet. If you don't have it or need another copy, you can go to my website, theprodrummer.com, and just click under Student Resources, and you'll be able to find the PDF there. Just a few things. Again, since it's eighth note grooves, I'll be playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the hi-hat, eighth notes. The bass drum and the snare drum is what's going to change. And if you look at the packet, it even says that. I think it says eighth note grooves. Yeah, with bass drum and snare drum variations. I'll also be playing with a click at 98 beats per minute. So you'll hear beats 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you notice, beat 1 is going to be a little bit of a higher tone. It'll sound like this. Okay, so that's what the click is going to sound like. That way you'll always know where beats 1, 2, 3, and 4 are, especially beat 1. Keep an ear out, I guess, for that higher tone. At the bottom of the screen, it will say what example I'm playing. And again, I'll be playing all of them 4 times each. No stopping in between. I recommend at first just get your packet and follow along, but bookmark this page, save it, do whatever you need to so you can have it for reference. So when you're working a few weeks from now on one that's a little trickier or a little further in the packet, you can use this video for reference, play along with it, or just listen, make sure you're playing it as it should be. All right, let's get started. Here we go. Eighth note grooves. All right, so here's the first page of the grooves. I'll stop after each page, but again, here's the first page. Eighth note grooves, bass drum and snare drum variations, 4 times each. Okay, guys, here we are. We're going to play page 2 now, or I'm going to play page 2 now. You're just going to listen actively. I'm going to play page 2. We got a little different view. You can see what I'm doing in my hands here. There's going to be a lot of snare drum variations in this page. Second page, eighth note grooves. Let's go. All right, and the last page, page 3 of the eighth note grooves. Let's go. All right, so that's the whole packet. One thing I want to talk about before we're done, if you notice, I didn't play every single groove where I was just keeping the hi-hat exactly even on each of the beats. Looking at the exercises, we've got bass drum and snare drum. For the whole time, the volume of my bass drum and the volume of my snare drums hopefully stayed pretty consistent. There weren't some snare drums that were super loud and some that were super quiet. Same thing with the bass drum. As far as the hi-hat goes, though, you'll notice, even though it's an eighth note groove, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I was accenting the quarter notes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, I think that gives the grooves a little more flavor, a little more character, and depending on the musical situation you're in, sometimes you'll want to play them like that, sometimes you'll want to play them super straight. But let me just play the grooves for you so you can kind of hear the difference. Here's, we'll take groove number 2. Here is it with super solid eighth notes in the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now accented quarters. Back to solid eighths. So hopefully you can hear the difference between those two. They're two completely different grooves, even though we're kind of playing the same groove on the paper. Sometimes you'll see accents written over the hi-hats. On these, you'll only see the accents on the snare drums. But even if there are accents and you get super into it, writing it out and reading it, there's only so much that the music notation can teach us. So that's why you got to really listen to a lot of this stuff. Listen to some of your favorite drummers, some of your favorite albums, and really get a sense of what they're doing, what you'd like to try. At first, I recommend just playing it straight eighths like that. No accents, just keep every note exactly the same. Once you get comfortable, you can put your own spin on it if you want to try accented quarter notes. You can even accent the upbeats if you want. That's a completely different feel and sound than this. Totally different. So again, that just comes with experience in experimenting with different grooves, different feels. I recommend you check out whatever albums you like, whatever styles of music you like to listen to. Really listen to what the drums are doing. You'll hear different drummers play the same groove 100 different ways. You take 100 different drummers, have them play groove number 2. No true drummers are really going to play it exactly the same. Some will accent different notes. Some will put a little bit different feel. Some will swing it a little bit. Even though that's not what's written on the page, people will play it differently. And that's good. So spend time with these. Get comfortable. Again, at first, just keep it solid eighth notes, no accents or anything like that. Get comfortable with them. Put your own spin on them and try. Maybe accent the quarter notes. Maybe accent the upbeats once you're even more comfortable with it. And you'll really develop your own vocabulary and your own personal style and your own signature sound as you on the drums. So that's also super important. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, get in touch with me, vince@theprodrummer.com, or visit the website, theprodrummer.com. And again, this PDF will be under the Student Resources tab. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Be sure to like the video and subscribe so you can get notifications when there's, or ring the bell for notifications, I think it is, for when I upload new videos. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for checking it out. Vince@theprodrummer.com.